Mother and mother-in-law both fell into the water. The son only cared about saving his wealthy mother-in-law. He saved the mother-in-law and immediately performed CPR on her. As a result, he forgot that his mother was still in the water calling for help. His mother's foot was tangled in the water plants, leaving her unable to gain strength. In the end, she had to pass out in the water. Since his mother-in-law had heart disease, the man hurriedly drove her to the hospital. When the father arrived and learned that his wife was still in the water, he immediately jumped in to look for her, but it was already too late. He only found a shoe floating on the surface of the river. As the son was about to drive to the hospital, the father ran over and grabbed the car window. Just as he was about to speak, he was interrupted by his daughter-in-law. The daughter-in-law urged the son to quickly drive to the hospital. The son thought his father had already rescued his mother, so he pried his father's hand away and sped off. He left his father standing there, full of despair. The father could only carry his unconscious wife to the hospital. By the time he got her to the hospital, it was too late. When he learned from the doctor that they could have saved her if they had arrived just 5 minutes earlier, the father broke down completely. Meanwhile, as the son was about to go back to check on his mother, his wife stopped him. Although his mother-in-law was okay, her heart condition had worsened. His wife told him to find a matching organ for a transplant. She even lied, saying she had seen his mother return home safely. The husband believed her and didn't think much more of it. Meanwhile, the father was overwhelmed with guilt for not saving his wife. At that moment, the hospital director came over. He told the father that his wife's heart was a match for another patient. He suggested that the father donate her organs. The father wanted to discuss it with his son, but both of their phones had been water damaged and couldn't connect. With time running out, the father made a quick decision to agree to donate the heart. What he didn't know was that the recipient of the heart was the son's mother-in-law. As the father passed by a luxury hospital room in a daze, he saw his son feeding chicken soup to his mother-in-law. This enraged the father. The son saw his father at the door and thought he was there to visit his in-laws. He quickly told him that his mother-in-law was fine. The father, however, looked cold and distant. He scolded his son for driving off and leaving his mother behind. Just as the father was about to reveal the news of the mother's death, the daughter-in-law interrupted him again, saying that the hospital had found a heart for his mother, and asked him to come inside to discuss the transplant. The father realized that the heart they found was the one he had just donated. This realization broke his heart even more. His wife had always hoped to eat one more bowl of pork knuckle noodles with their son, but now, their son only cared about dining with his in-laws, leaving the father to grieve alone in front of his wife's portrait. While the son was dining in a private room, he overheard the server saying that there was a pitiful father in the next room. He said that the family used to only afford one bowl of pork knuckle noodles. Now that the son had grown up, he no longer respected his parents. Even after the mother had passed away, he still hadn't gone home. The man, realizing something was wrong, immediately ran to the next room. There, he saw his mother's portrait on the table, and his father eating pork knuckle noodles alone.